It's the Sean Widmer Podcast. It's a journal by someone that just really doesn't like to write.
It is the Sean Widmer Podcast, and we're going to try something today. We're going to try something. The debut, if you're watching on YouTube, you can barely see him sneaking in. The debut of Woods on the podcast. No nap for him today. Not a long one anyways. Thought I was going to have a 30-minute window to record during my lunch break, and instead, my man woke up. Now he's bobbling his head around, trying to look up at lights. What do you see, dude? What do you see? See the lights? So we're gonna try to parent and podcast at the same time with the newborn. We'll see how it goes today. Thank you for checking out the Sean Widmer Podcast. It means a lot to me. Thank you to the Patreons of the Sean Widmer Podcast for making this podcast possible over at patreon.com/Sean Widmer Podcast, where Ryan is the newest member of Patreon. Thank you, Ryan. I know he had mentioned he was going to do it. Now he's going working through the Patreon episodes. He's going to get to the Trivia 21. We do a new episode of Trivia every week for those who support the podcast and keep the lights on. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. We do check real quick and see if there was any 3-star reviews we need to get to off iTunes. We kick the show off with that every episode, and there were none. So we've got no shout outs to do on that. So we'll give a shout out to my son Woods, who is started out hot with this bottle and now has given up on it and just wants to be awake and sort of annoying. So, but he's the best. He's super cute. He's enjoyable to hold. I really have no complaints about this baby. I'm notoriously anti-baby. I don't like the baby phase, but I will tell you I've really enjoyed it with Woods. He has been awesome. Shining a little bit of a new light on that phase of life. All right, well, he's getting ready for it, as am I. I don't know if my other kids are, but I'm starting to get real excited about something. We're going to get into that. We're going to play a new game on the show today, Old or Idiot. I'm very excited about that. I think we're going to try to make a phone call here in a couple minutes. I've got a Kelly's What Are You Into? We got some stories. It's going to be a Friday cast. Let's get into it, okay? I am very excited for football season to get here. I'm starting to realize that big time. College football, it doesn't necessarily always do it for me. I love that there's football on Saturdays to watch. I am more into it this year than I have been in a long time. For 2 reasons. One, the addition of college football, the video game, back into my life has got me into cheering for teams again. And I think the 12-team playoff is going to be awesome. I think a 12-team playoff, now having seen it in action on the video game, knowing what it means, knowing who can get in, knowing how that looks, dude, it's going to be awesome. So I'm excited for college, but I'm real excited for the NFL. And I'm starting to get into that point where I'm actively seeking out my Seahawks gear to wear. Today I'm wearing Zags, but I'm actively seeking it out because I'm ready for the season. And it's a weird one as a Seahawks fan, right? Because I've been looking at a lot of the preseason stories, been reading a lot of preseason stuff, listening to a lot of preseason podcasts, and they talk about the big hitters and the teams that got big rookies, and the Seahawks are not in the discussions nationally on the national shows when it comes to the NFL season. And I get it. But I still listen to my guys, my local guys who do Seahawks podcasts, and I get excited about them. And everyone needs to listen to Jackson Bevins' stuff. Jackson Bevins is a fantastic writer. He covers the Seahawks part-time, and he's great at it. And he's friends with Mina Kimes somehow because of all this. So I need to get Jackson on the podcast. But I've been excited about his stuff. And it's weird as a Seahawks fan this year because I'm going in with excitement. And I'll watch every game, and I'll be excited about every game. But we're not set to be the best team. In fact, I would say most people that I've seen have predicted the Seahawks to finish under 500 for this season, which makes a lot of sense because when you look at the team top to bottom, it's not a team that you go, ooh, this is a team that's going to win more than it loses. It's right around 500. I think just like last year, where it was just on the cusp all year of wanting to be a team that made the playoffs, and then also just on the cusp of a team that wanted to be 4 games under 500. They're just right there. 3 great wide receivers. Geno is manageable. Kenneth Walker is good at running back. Not a great offensive line. Really bad defense, but with some potential shining stars on defense. So it's a weird team, but it's interesting. Having had a lot of years with the Seahawks where I expected to win, being at a point now after, seriously, 8 years of expecting to make the playoffs and expecting to do well, being devastated when we lose a playoff game, lose regular season games. After a long time of doing that, it's weird being on the old end of it where you want to be good, but you just don't expect it. And so I'm just going into the year excited for football, excited to see the Seahawks on the field, excited for the games they could win, going to be bummed out the games they could lose, but it doesn't have the weight that 4 or 5 years, 6 years ago had on it where I expected to be in the playoffs. I expected to win Super Bowls. In fact, I want to make a call real quick to feel the barometer. I didn't tell him I was calling. My good buddy TC from Spokane, one of the biggest Seahawks fans that I know, Tim Cotter. I want to call him. We'll see if he answers. Again, I didn't tell him I was going to do this. We'll see. I just want to get a vibe check from him. He might not answer. He's working. What time is it in Spokane? It's my lunch, so it's early there.
Hey, man.
Do you have 5 minutes?
I do. Let me finish making my coffee. I'll pop in my office. How are you?
Good. You're on the podcast. I mean, I'm recording
I'm on the podcast?
I'm recording it, but I have a podcast question for you. I needed to spring on you out of the blue.
Yeah.
So
Out
tell
of
me,
blue? Okay,
tell me,
what's up?
where are you at? Hey, TC, where are you right now?
I am at work in the radio station in the hallway making a cup of coffee.
This is normally when you do like a plug, since I called you on your work.
Oh, 93.7 The Mountain, yes.
You can hear TC's afternoons. I don't even know what time it is on the East Coast, but what are you? Are you 1 to
We're
midnight?
The West Coast.
Are you 1 to midnight?
It is.
What's your
I am
shift
1
now?
to midnight all day. I'm 3 to 7.
3 to 7.
3 to 7 weekday afternoons on 93.7 The Mountain.
Cotter, I always got confused when we worked together because you had a bunch of different shifts throughout the course of our time working radio together. And I never knew if you were like 2 to 7, 3 to 7, 3 to 6. I never knew. So I just always lied to everyone and said, he's on from like 1 o'clock to 8.
I know. And I think you used to tell people at points I started at like 10.
I did, dude.
So when you first started working
I didn't know. It's just like TC's always on the radio somewhere. Okay, here's what I'm calling about. I'm really getting excited about Seahawks football. I'm getting excited about football because so much is in the news, right? And I know it's early preseason. Where are you right now with the excitement level, not about football, but about our Seattle Seahawks?
They're going to surprise some people. I am so excited. And our defense is going to be back.
We were bad last year.
Have you been reading any of the news?
Yeah, we were bad last year. Our defense was bad.
Are.
Our defense was really bad last year, just so you remember. Like, we were really bad defensively. So I need you to be right about that.
Oh, I'm right. I feel like we all have maybe not top 10, top 15 to top 10 defense. I think so. I mean, I think they'll get better as the season goes along as they learn McDonald's schemes.
Yeah,
is
he going to be good? Is
McDonald?
Learning. What's the word on McDonald right now?
I love him. Do you watch his press conferences at all?
No.
From training camp?
TC.
He is all business.
TC, I'm still rattled. I'm still rattled about Pete Carroll. Like, really, truly.
Okay.
I'm not. Really? I don't hate McDonald. I'm excited about him, but I'm still like, it's weird to see not Pete Carroll in a press conference. It's weird for me.
I know. It is weird. It's still that part's still weird to me too.
And it's really nothing against the new guy. It's nothing at all against the new guy. It's just we are used to Pete.
We are used to Pete, and it's a little different. It's a different feel from his press conferences because Pete Carroll's training camp press conferences were very positive. Calling out guys for doing a great job, and Mike McDonald kind of says, "Yeah, he did great, but he's got a way to go." Kind of thing. Like we're not there yet. Good practice. So, and it's just all straightforward. Like he is, he's disciplined. And also, like, did you watch any of the preseason game?
Yeah, absolutely. Did you watch any of it? I did. I watched the first half.
Actually, did you? You did watch the first half.
Yep.
How good are they? I know it's preseason, and you can't really take it into effect, and so they don't scheme or anything. But how good does the defense look?
I know that's my problem, right? I watch it, Cotter, and I'm like, are we the fastest? Are we the fastest, most aggressive defense in the world? And that's what I think. And then I'm going to watch week 1 and we're going to get, someone's going to drop 40 on us.
I know. And the Bo Nix is going to go off on us.
Yeah. And you and I are going to send our text message thread is going to start out really excited. And then about an hour and a half in, we're going to be like, oh no. How are we going to enjoy this season? But I am excited, TC. And I am excited for the offense. I'm skeptical, but want to be excited for the defense. And I'm ready for another year of everyone hating Geno Smith and then him doing just enough to win some games.
Yeah, Geno's going to have a solid season, and I love the coordinator they got from UW Grubb.
Yes.
Because we have talent, man. We have talent, so much talent.
Yep.
And I love the Conlon signing at center.
Yeah.
Our problem seems to be healthy.
Uh-oh. TC, where are you? I hate to say this to you in that building. Your reception's bad.
What?
Your reception's
Oh, God.
I hate to
Hang
say
on.
that. It's like
Can you
I'm
hear me
trying to
better
listen to you in North Idaho right now.
Oh, man.
Now
You
I can
remember
hear
this
you.
building.
Now I can hear you. Yeah, it's the worst. Like that building, you would make a phone call, and if I wanted to get off, like that old building, for me anyways, current for you, but I remember if I wanted to make a phone call I needed to get out of, I would just walk into certain parts and I would lose reception.
Yep.
I'd be like, oh, sorry.
And literally, if I'm sitting in the wrong spot in my office, I know right now where you can hear me good right here.
Yeah,
right?
great. Hear you great.
So, yeah, it's like
That's
a certain
hilarious.
part of my desk, but if I
That's
move away
hilarious.
from here, okay, that's when it breaks up. So,
Okay, well, I just wanted to call you really fast. I just wanted to call you really fast and see if we're excited, because I am very excited, and I'm sure I'll talk to you during the season on the podcast. But are we? Last thing, are we worried? Is DK Metcalf going to get kicked off this team before the season starts? Like, what happened there? Has anyone talked about that? Has anyone talking about the fact that he hit someone in the head with a helmet?
No, I mean, I'm sure McDonald addressed it, but DK also addressed the team on that same practice.
Okay,
After the practice.
You know I love him. And you know I love that kind of stuff. But I know that that's not how it's supposed to be. But I do love that kind of stuff. So, anyways, I love DK. I'm excited for another year of DK. And I'm excited.
I'm excited. He's going to have double-digit touchdowns.
Jackson Smith and Jigba is going to be our guy this year. That's my early season
prediction.
prediction.
He probably will be.
I think he's going to be like, in terms of our guy, I think he's going to be our offensive fantasy guy that people want to have. Like if you're drafting a Seahawk, I think you get Jackson.
Okay.
And I think that's my early prediction.
Look at our four receiver. If we have a four receiver set,
yeah,
you've got Lockett, DK, Jackson, and Bobo.
Yeah, dude. Bobo's
who
awesome.
Do you cover.
That's a good point.
Oh,
so
and Noah Fant is tight end.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird having no Will Dissly, but I'm excited about Fant. But you know what? The problem is we still have the offensive line that terrifies me. Okay, TC, that's been 5 minutes. That's been 5 minutes with TC. Thank you, brother.
All right, see ya.
There
Bye.
it is. All right, I love that man. Oh, I love that man. All right, so I'm excited about the Seahawks. Let's transition quickly into a game I want to play called Old or Idiot. TC's the best. Thank you for letting me call you without warning to talk Seahawks. I had a weird, wild day yesterday, Thursday. I had a day where at the end of the day, I had to look at myself and go, where am I? And it's going to be addressed in a little game. Old or Idiot. Old or Idiot could be a favorite moving forward. I who knows? But the question we'll ask is, am I old or am I an idiot? And I looked at the rules just to get ahead of this. It can't be both. Oh, what a treat. It can't be both. That's the rules. I don't make the rules. I just read them. So, old or idiot, it has to be one or the other. Here's where we're at. Now, I'm going to tell a story leading into it that was rather entertaining. I am somebody who receives gift cards and really enjoy a gift card. But when I get a gift card, it's like a gold bar that I want to keep in pristine shape forever. I do not use gift cards willy-nilly. So I got a gift card, $100 gift card for Father's Day to Amazon. Oh, the land where you can get everything. And I have held on to that thing, diamond tight grip on that thing for months. And there's been tons of time where I'm like, ooh, I could use that to get item X. But I'm like, is that good enough? Is that a good enough item? And I do this all the time because I'm cheap. And I like to make sure my purchases count. And so the amount of times over the last 3 months I've been like, I should use that gift card and get this. Ooh, it's not good enough. I'm going to wait for that perfect item has been numerous. So finally, yesterday, there was something I needed for work, for my desk. I wanted to get a dock that is a magnetic dock for your phone, but also charges your AirPods. So I was like, I'm excited about this. One of my coworkers, Jake, has one that I really like, so I was going to get it. At the same time, I saw that a book, spoiler for Kelly's What Are You Into? Books. A book that I wanted to get was on sale, and this book normally was like $60, and it was down to $35. And I'm like, okay, that's almost half price on this book. I should get the book. I can get the book. I can get this charger. I've got the $100 gift card. Oh my goodness. Finally, after months, I'm going to use this gift card. So I sit down and I load up the gift card on my Amazon account. All of this was to get this dock. Sorry, company. I did this on company hours. I bought this book on company hours, but I wanted to tie it all in with my Amazon card. So I'm excited to get this doc. I'm excited to get this book. Put the Amazon gift card in. Click the book because I still live in this world where I feel like it's going to sell out on a discount day. So I buy the book. All right, buy the book. Rings in. Still have $60 on the Amazon gift card. All right, so I'm gonna get this charging dock. I go to find it, and I can't figure out which one it is, and I want to get the exact same one Jake had because he likes his, and he's really smart, and he's our IT guy. So I stand up from my desk. I run down to his office. I go, Jake, what was the exact brand of the charging dock you have so I can have that same one as we get ready to get my desk into my office, and we're going to try to get all that ready. I just wanted to make sure we have the same one because he spoke highly of it. He goes, it's Anchor. It's this model. Look at it. You can match it to the picture. I go, thank you. Run back down to my office. I had been gone for 4 minutes. That's the exact time. 4 minutes I had been gone. I sit down. I open up Amazon. I go type in the site for the Anchor charger. Okay, perfect. I put it in my cart. Buy now. I'm so excited. I'm going to have a matching dock as Jake. Click to buy it. Gift card not working. I go, what? How's my gift card not working? I've had this thing for 3 months. I know it's working. I haven't used it. What's going on? I just used it. So I click again, nothing. And I go, okay, maybe I need to re-enter the gift card number. So I pull the gift card back out, type in the numbers, enter. It says this gift card has already been redeemed. I'm like, what the heck happened? What's going on? So I go to my account. I'm like, what's happening? Older idiot. And I look at my email, and that's when I see it. Your Amazon account has ordered 50 million items. Somehow, my wife, in the 4 minutes that I had gone down to find out what this charger was, in that 4 minutes, my wife had sniffed out from our house that there was $60 in our Amazon account, and she purchased half of Amazon, okay? Just went all in, and emptied that gift card. I'd held on to this thing for 3 months. I put it in the Amazon account, and 4 minutes into it, my wife has spent all of it and bought everything else. So now that Anchor just sits in my account because I'm not going to spend my own $40 on it, but I would spend a gift card $40 on it. So now I will just look at it every time I log on Amazon. It will be there. But that is the level of precision my wife has, that she just knew it. She sensed it. It was like the Force. I put that in 4 minutes, and she had sniffed it out, emptied her cart, and scooped up the rest of this gift card that I had been holding so near and dear to my heart and soul for 3 months of my life. Oh my gosh. That's what I get, right? That's what I get for being unprepared going in. I could have been way more prepared. And so that's not where the older idiot, though, comes in. That was just me being married. The older idiot part comes from this. I bought 2 things yesterday. One of which I want to talk about next week. Kelly's What Are You Into is going to be books. I'm gonna say it now. I might not even play the open for it. Kelly's What Are You Into is books. I'm into a book kick lately. I do love books, and when I really get into them, I get into them. So there is a book that I have, and I don't want to tell the whole story now because I want to tell it when I get the book. So on YouTube, we can show it. There's a book that I've wanted since I moved back from Venezuela, and so that's been since 2000. Didn't know where to find it when I moved back. Well, then I realized, hey, people are probably selling this online somewhere. And so in 2010, I began my hunt to buy this book. It's out of print, and it's a pretty popular book. And I couldn't find it from when I started looking for this in 2010 for about 6 years. You couldn't find it at a price that would sell for less than $100. It always sold for under $100. The only ones that sold for less, because it's a hardcover book, looked like they had been wrestled by a lion. And so that was, if you wanted to get one for $50 or less, $60-ish, the whole front cover was torn to pieces. The inside of the book was torn to pieces. They were in terrible shape. People were still paying $50-$60 for them, though. So I always kind of keep looking for them. And after about 5 years of looking, I kind of gave up for a while. Then COVID, I kept trying again. I actually got in a couple auctions with it. I got close to one. It ended up selling for just over $90. I was like, too rich for my blood. And so I didn't buy it. And so I always kind of look. I randomly looked yesterday morning before heading to work. I was getting the kids ready for school, aka I'm in the bathroom here at the house, and I looked and I just like, I should look to see if that book's available. There was a couple available for $60. The bidding was $50 or $60, and they were terrible. They were torn to bits, bad shape. And then I looked, and some guy had uploaded 1,000 books that he was selling, and this was one of them. And he had just kind of priced all of them randomly, and he had priced it for $35. I jumped on it immediately, and so I'm on eBay bidding through this. The sale went final at 7:00 at night, so I'm kind of looking, feeling it out. It's like 35. Okay. I ended up getting it for $46. Okay, so $46 I get it. So in one day I've got two books. One I got with the gift card that went away, and the other one I got off eBay. So I've used Amazon and eBay. Let's see if I can play it. Old or idiot. Let's start with the Amazon purchase, where I made my purchase. Super excited. It said it's going to be in next day. I click send, or I click buy. Sure enough, bada boom, bada bing, it is off. I get the order email. It says your order is going to be sent out tomorrow, and you can pick it up at Whole Foods. So what? Why would I pick it up at Whole Foods? Apparently, I'd click some option that lets you pick it up at an Amazon locker at a Whole Foods near my house. How I clicked it, I have no idea. I don't know if that's something my wife had done and it was in the settings. Older idiot, but that's where it's going to be. So at some point tonight, if I want this book today, I'm going to have to drive to Whole Foods and get it. Meanwhile, the rest of the stuff my wife bought with this gift card, it's all in our house right now. When I got home at lunch, I looked at our porch and everything she had ordered is here. My book would be here, but I sent mine to Whole Foods. So that was going to be my worst move of the day until I bought this book that I've been looking for 24 years. And I use my eBay. I'm super excited. I win the book, and the guy, I get the shipping notification, and it is an old address. An address I no longer live at, an address that I don't know the people who live at that place now. And I think it's been a while since I've used eBay. And so I immediately go, oh crap, what do I do? And so I start messaging the seller. Of course, no responses. So now I'm Googling, how do you change your address on eBay? And all that comes up, and I'd like to thank scammers out there. Thank you, scammers, for making this country so wonderful. All that comes up is you cannot change your address once you once something has been sold on eBay, because that's how scammers do things. The eBay person has to send the book to the address that you had on your account, or it will, or it could be considered a scam because, people will steal information, then they'll order something, and then, oh, I have the wrong address, send it to this address, and then they've ripped you off. So I understand it, but that's not what I'm doing. So I am sending this guy, I send him more words, more texts, more words than are in the actual book I bought. I was fangirl crazy over how much I messaged this guy. I was like, hey man, I made a mistake. Hey man, here's my new address. Hey, I hope everything's good. Thanks so much. So excited about the book. Blah, 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 blah. Word vomit like crazy. Word vomit like crazy to this guy. Knowing the whole time he can't do anything about it. He's going to send it to this other address. My best choice is to get a hold of one of my buddies in Spokane, try to follow the tracking on it, and say, hey dude, you're about to steal a package off some rando's front porch, but it's going to have my name on it, so it's not really stealing. And that was going to be my plan. Until finally, late at night, after about 1,000 messages sent, I get a message from the seller that said, "Will change at post office." That's all it said. I had sent him probably 1,000 words, and he sent me, "Will change at post office." So there you go. I bought two things yesterday. I do not buy a whole lot of stuff. This is proof of that. I am kind of a penny pincher. I don't buy a lot of things, and I proved it yesterday by buying two things, the most things I bought all summer, and both of them I sent to the wrong place. You tell me. Play it. Old or idiot. All right, thank you for listening to the Sean Widmer podcast. Thank you, Woods, for being part of it, buddy. I really appreciate it. He ate his bottle during it. That's great. We needed to get 5 ounces down, big dog. Good job, buddy. Do we have any comments we need to read, my young friend? Let's see here. We go to, let's see, seanslife.com. Ian sent one. Let's see. This is about Team USA. Team USA, you got a little more bottle. See if you can get it in there. Ian says this. Few wasn't worried at all. Think about why he was chosen for the team. Look at who the Zags recruit. Now, Russia never left the Olympics. They aren't allowed to rep their country. They are independent. So that court pic I sent you on Discord is at the Korean Friendship Bell in San Pedro, California. Okay, so let's go through these one at a time. Few wasn't worried. Yeah, Few's never worried about anything, man. I'm with you, Ian. He's not. He's a rock. Russia never left the Olympics. They just aren't allowed to rep their country. They're independent. Yeah, that makes sense, and that's probably the way it should be. Being like we said at the beginning of the week, don't be meanies. And then Ian did send me a picture of a sick basketball court. It was in San Pedro, California. It was beautiful on the beach. Beautiful. I love pictures of outdoor basketball courts in cool areas. I love them. I'll never get enough of them. All right, I think that's it for comments. I don't know if there was any on Spotify, but I do know I need to take care of this baby. Let's see. Woods, we got any on Spotify? Oh, Yvonne said this, and I wanted to read this because it's birthday greetings. She said, I turned 56 today. Just a few weeks ago, I walked through Walmart with my Styx concert t-shirt on backwards. Didn't realize until the end. Went into the bathroom, turned it around. It happens. I should have realized sooner because it kept feeling like the collar was so tight in front. The front and back are similar except for a list of places. That is very funny, Yvonne. She said they were going, the places they were going should have been on the back. I had it on for at least 45 minutes, LOL. Yvonne, happy birthday. Happy birthday. And that's, you know what? It happens, right? We get so caught up in our days that we put our shirts on backwards. We spit out popsicle sticks on counters at PetSmart. We send books to random addresses that we've been chasing after for 24 years. All right. Thank you for listening to the podcast. I really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed.